The guy signed something else and she nodded, then pulled out her phone and showed him something on the screen. He studied it and signed what looked like approval, and they continued their conversation in rapid ASL. I couldn't fully follow from this distance. I excused myself from Isaiah's table and moved to the bathroom, positioning myself at an angle where I could see Natasha's table through the hallway mirror. My hands were shaking and my heart was pounding in a way that had nothing to do with caffeine. I watched them for another 10 minutes, trying to read their signs and piece together what they were discussing. Natasha kept checking her phone, and the guy kept nodding, their conversation looking more businesslike than romantic, but that almost made it worse. What business could she possibly have with this guy that she'd never mentioned to me? They finished their coffee and stood up, and I ducked fully into the bathroom hallway to avoid being seen. I watched through the mirror as they left together, Natasha signing something that made him laugh before they walked out the door into the morning sunlight. I stayed in the hallway for another 5 minutes, my brain trying to process what I'd just witnessed. When I came back to the table, Isaiah asked if I was okay, and I signed that I didn't know, that something felt wrong, but I couldn't explain it. He suggested I talk to Natasha directly, but I said I needed to think first. I left the coffee chat early and drove home, my mind spinning with possibilities. Maybe the guy was just a friend from the deaf community. Maybe they were planning some kind of surprise for me. Maybe I was overreacting because I'd kept my ASL learning secret and now felt guilty about spying on a conversation I shouldn't have understood anyway. I didn't mention anything to Natasha that night when we had dinner at her apartment. She seemed normal, talking about her work week and asking about mine, her phone on the table between us for the speech-to-text app we still used for complicated conversations. I kept studying her face for signs of deception, but she was the same Natasha I'd been dating for 5 months. Warm, funny, affectionate, showing no indication that anything was wrong.